Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Unnamed Splitsie Hunt. We are making progress. As you can see, everything has been welded, we have a projector, we're ready to do more things. Also extended the drill a bit more, it's gonna punch a little more stone. The sun is coming up on a bright and beautiful morning. Let's turn these welders off. We want this. We should figure out what it's... Okay, that's the orientation it is in. So what I need to do is get this in position, sort of like we had before, but I guess reversed of how it was before, so that we can start welding it. So, yeah, that's good. We'll aim for there. Challenge is being... Actually... Haha. This will actually put me in a pretty good spot to see what I'm doing. So... that might be good. Okay. We are close. So it needs to come up one and then go to the right one. So there. And there. Okay. Yeah, and everything should be in range to get welded. Let's have this show only buildable. Now the challenge here is going to be queuing up all the stuff I'm going to actually need. So let's bring these back. Hinge over a little bit. Go, my drill. I think what may work best here is if we just turn the welders on and see what they do. I can just slowly inch the piston forward, and anything on here that doesn't get welded, we can stop and see what it needs. So from the look of things, I'm gonna need construction components. Ow. Okay, I'll need to make sure to turn the welders off first. Let's maybe have controls for this. So we have an easy on-off control so that we can go up and look at things, and yeah, construction components are what we need. Set those to production, and then we weld. Ow. Yeah, I really do need to be more careful looking at things as it's welding. I'll just take these back. Oh, also, I never rebuilt an O2H2 gen. Huh. That could be a slight problem. We won't worry about it. So I also... Okay, welders are off. All these conveyors also need stuff. I guess I can also always just kind of, guesstimate what we need. Oh, that's something we need too. Need to clear out all this junk. We don't actually have the glass. And it looks like we're now out of steel. Ow. Very much need to remember to turn those off whenever I get out. Let's just build a crap ton of steel. What do... you need? Oh, and these tanks. Get some stuff built up for them. Oh, and these didn't go. Oh, those are batteries. I thought those were connectors. Okay. Yeah. Let's get all that queued up. Clear it out. If we have some overlap, again, that's useful because we need those parts eventually. Uh-oh. Well, good thing there was already a hole there because I just sent those pistons moving far too quickly. We'll just sort of have the hinge go at, we'll go 0.05. Yeah, there's some of this extra stuff. Let's see how much of this we can build. Okay. Looking good. Now I can always go back through to a degree and, you know, build stuff by hand that didn't get built that should have. Obviously I'd prefer it get all built in here. Especially some of the stuff that's kind of trickier to reach. Eh.
Your health is
Darn
low.
welders. I just get so in the moment of, okay, I just need to select this, and then this will do this, and I forget that they are fatal. Oh, come on, give me the... Fine, we're just gonna queue up a bunch of glass. That might be what I actually should do here, is stop the hinge, for starters. But if I just queue up a bunch of all the components I'm gonna need... Oh, you know, I didn't think about that. I don't have a source of cobalt, do I? So I can build everything here except for, well, the thrusters I'm gonna need to get out of here. Well, another benefit of this planet is ore spots are fairly easy. We've got magnesium, we got nickel, and silicon. Over here we've got nickel and iron, and cobalt. Alright. I am kind of tempted to... I'm going to make an offshoot of this to gather iron. Because, you know, gathering stone by hand sucks. Gathering any resource by hand kind of sucks. But at least with iron and with cobalt, if I'm mining, you know, proper ores, I'm actually getting, you know, a fair amount out of that ore. So even if I'm just continually hand mining, I think it'll it should be quicker than just having to wait on the drill rig. Especially because I've not built a very good drill rig. I want to stick this drill down because that'll let me gather more stone without having to build more pistons. Screw it. Just sacrifice a bit to get any. Why are... Oh, you know why I can't build this? It's because I don't actually have any of the parts. And I still can't place it. There we go. How are we doing on refining? Yeah, I was worried about that. The downside with cobalt is it takes a long while to refine. Maybe we let this stuff process. We'll go get some iron. It does look kind of weird flying back and just seeing the rear end of an RV sticking out. So my air is now dangerously low. I've kind of just been ignoring it because I figure, you know, I could go through the hassle of building a thing. But I need all the parts for this. It'll have an O2 to H2 gen on it eventually. So I might as well just accept my death and, you know, spawn back at the little survival thingy. That said... Get off that. Keeps getting stuck on cobalt. Chewed through a bit of this queue. Do we have any parts we can use? No, apparently not. I don't want to move it on because I'm pretty sure there's some stuff unbuilt in there. Oh, I think what it was waiting on with power cells though, so...
Energy low.
Oh. Alright, here I go. Oh, and our medium cargo is full. That's not good.
Health low.
Well, here's hoping I, spawn back in time. Oh. You don't have to look so put off. So we've got all our stuff back. That's a slight issue here. I kind of need to use... Well, I can free up some room by taking this ice. Oh, sorry. Taking this ice out. Now I have a bunch of ice in my inventory with nowhere to put it. Okay. Well... Oh, look. It did weld some stuff. Just leave it to its devices here. You know, that wheel's gonna be a problem. Though in truth, I don't even know if I'm gonna use wheels. Yeah, I kinda need to keep this going to keep stuff going. I think why I wasn't producing much of use is because I ran out of cargo. What do you need? Motors and computers. So that looks like what I'm light of at the moment. Could queue a few of those to be built. Maybe move them to the front. I think there's some prioritizing, though there doesn't seem to be a ton. As much as it feels like a waste, I'm just gonna discard of that ice, because I think I'd be better served going gathering more iron over and over. I'd like the ice for fuel, because this is going to be a hydrogen-powered vessel, but I'm also sitting on an ice lake, so really, I'm probably not too bad off. Yeah, that raw iron produces a lot more iron per tick, which I guess makes some sense. I will say it looks like at the moment what I need is nickel and silicon. That's what was right here. If I just kinda, you know, get some of this, one load each of these will probably do me. And I just keep feeding iron into the machine and I should be alright. Okay. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted, but I guess it gets the job done. So now we have some of the specialty ores. Probably... Yeah, no, at this point, I think we get rid of this. We'll repurpose these parts into, well, other parts. And then just kind of hand mine the resources we need, I think. Wait, speaking of, what thing are we out of? I guess it is silicon. No. Not out of power. Why have we stopped producing? Yeah, the wind turbines we're producing pretty much a kilowatt or a megawatt of power because of the storm. Oh, are we out of room? Yes, we are. Okay. Well, that means we have to move forward a bit. Well, we're now producing things again. Looks like we are out of steel. It doesn't look too bad in there. I will need to find silver for the cryo bays. Hopefully I can refine silver. Let's maybe we don't go looking in a storm for that sort of stuff. Yeah, maybe we just, build it and then we'll deal with whatever's missing later. So something I realized, even though welders, they can't, I guess, get put into unless they're calling for it, they work as storage. So I could just stick stuff in the welders and solve my cargo problem. So that's good. Would have been nice to figure that out, a couple many minutes ago, but that's life. And excitingly, so that's full piston extension. Yeah, we've got pretty much the entire thing built. The only downside is that's full piston extension. The very front isn't yet done. But that shouldn't be too big of a worry. Let's see what stuff we might be missing. Okay. So yeah, silver for that. We need a display for that. Oh, displays or something I didn't build many of. Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna need medical components. But it's looking like a lot of the stuff in here did get... Yeah. Come on. Did get built. So that's nice.
Energy low.
No, I'm about to die again. Let's go ahead and dump all our valuables. I am going to die and be back. So I guess the final question is how to deal with this. So the easiest thing would probably be to just get rid of these. Yeah, we'll just get rid of these and weld them by hand. Now the downside with that is cargo. Can maybe take the ice out, that data pad, and can put these in here. So that should all be piped up to the O2H2 gen on board. That's a fair bit of stuff out. Dump the rest of this in here. So I'll get rid of these. That should give me enough room to finish the thing by hand. Maybe the parts to do it as well. We'll see what all we need, and then we at least have a rover vehicle. After that, it'll be time to figure out the space flight conversion, which I have an idea for. Oh, if the server holds up. There we go. Alright. I have a plan for how I'm going to do this conversion. We're just going to have to see how it works. See, this is where the welders are handy. It's the parts where the blocks are kind of inside other blocks. Because annoyingly, doing things with just your welder, generally, as soon as something's buildable, it just kind of goes. So this... yeah, the piston is not particularly supportive on this thing. I may just lop the whole thing off and go from there. Yeah, I think it's time. We're going to release the RV from its berth, which I don't think will happen with this. Oh, but it did. Oh! Ah! I see why this thing was so saggy all of a sudden. So... right. This isn't a connection, this isn't a connection. Actually, we've been released this whole time. The RV was free floating with a giant piston off it. Right. Well, good to know that. I suppose we'll get this torn down. As soon as the fog lifts, which I had to check and make sure it wasn't lifting as I spoke, but as soon as this fog lifts, I think we're going out for some silver hunting. We're just going to fly around with our drill out and hope we come across some silver. If we can get this thing jacked up here, then we can add the wheels, hopefully. That'll get rid of some of the many parts that we have in our pockets. Know where to put them. Well, we may be able to add one wheel. Now, I think these are part of a problem. We'll have to put something back, because obviously there's now a hole in the floor. This is an airtight vehicle, under normal circumstances. Ow. Okay, what else do we need to get rid of? It may still not be high enough off the ground. The benefit of building this off of a projection is that everything's kind of already set up, which is nice. Now, that didn't really get the height I was hoping for. Looks about the same as it did before. And it won't let me add a wheel. It's the tricky thing with, you know, grids like this where they're kind of, well, like this. When you have a bunch of stuff around the wheel, and sometimes it doesn't like placing it. I suppose we could try one of those. No. Okay, so those... I was placing it the right way. Yeah, it's just not going to be happy with all this stuff around. The weird thing is these didn't have much trouble. Though... No? No, there are blocks in the same position. Maybe we try pushing things up evenly. It's a nice two-piston situation. Ooh, and that added. Okay, so we were just too close to the ground. Kinda wish I didn't cut off this wheel now. Okay. So we have one camper. I'm actually... If I could not lag out of it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of that for the moment. We can put our bottles in there. Get a little bit of ice. We'll go ahead and refill our bottles and then
Inventory full.
go scouting here. Most of the ice I put in here probably ended up going into the fuel tanks. This does have... Alright, so that's lights, driving systems. Oh, nuts. The gyro didn't get built. That's a pain. I don't know where that is. Okay. Silver. I should only need one load full. I mainly just have to hope that it's close enough that I can see it with my drills. And this is all iron, it says. I don't know how deep silver tends to be. I wouldn't think it would be too hard to find. You know, buried too deeply. Gold tends to be deep. Oh, well, and there's gold. Could this be silver and gold, perhaps? Yes. Well, what do you know? Okay. Well, this is looking quite promising for getting off this rock. Mine and silver. Now I just really hope that I can actually process this. Because if I need a full-on refinery, well, I could do it. It's just more stuff I have to build. Though really, I think a basic refinery... Like, I thought the only things that you need the advanced one for were, like, platinum and uranium. Could be wrong. But I feel like silver is a pretty basic, you know. You could expect to find silver pretty early on. And that's a load at least. Let's see. See what we can do with it. Alright. Well, that's not a good sign. Dang it. Alright. So that means I need a full-on refinery to be able to process this silver. Let's go ahead and get some bits. So if I flip this around, I should be able to connect a refinery sticking out the back here. That's a lot of stuff to build it. Probably shouldn't have deconstructed all the stuff I had, come to think of it. Bright side is, looks like it's mostly just going to be steel. And once I have the medical components built, I can kind of just get rid of this. I mean, really, before I leave, anything here that's not useful I could tear apart and turn into the parts I need to convert this to space flight. Let's start our plan for that. So I'm thinking basically off either side of the back here I'll just have big old boosters. If I'm right, yeah. Behind these panels. Nope, it's all just steel. There are pipes somewhere that I could link to. Because I have these tanks. I could probably run some pipes. God, I'm rubber banding badly. Wonder if there's people around. Okay, fine. We're just gonna have to take stuff out. I mean, if I got rid of these little batteries, that could do the job. Because then I have piping running to where I need it. How many batteries do I have on this thing? Just the 4 small batteries. So if I'm gonna do that, I probably... maybe I get rid of this. Which of course I don't have the room to do. But if I get rid of that, I should be able to stick a large battery in there. I only need to run one cryopod here for myself. And then I could get piping going out each side. I shouldn't have to worry about loss of fuel. And I can use some of the power cells that I built in here and then didn't make use of. Which does explain it. I figured this thing had a large battery on it. Oh. Oops. Don't close the door, that pressurizes the place. I mean, I guess I could, but... at the moment, I don't believe this in vent is actually... in fact, that in vent isn't pulling in. Oh, maybe it is. There's just not enough atmosphere out here for it to get anything useful. Okay. We'll go ahead and get rid of some of these panels so I remember and have access to weld these. These will be our sort of engine connections. So now, I mean, I think the best course of action is just tanks on each side. I may do... let's see, there's the O2H2 gen. Where are thrusters? Somewhere. Oh, I can't build a hydrogen thruster until I build the tank. Well, that's fine. So, you can kind of get the idea. We'll have tank here. Got some O2H2 gens to supplement for fueling. We'll have big old boosters on the back. Probably some lifting thrust. In fact, instead of O2H2 gens, because those would be smart, but I'm lazy, we'll eventually use some of these. Because then I can have 4 lifting small hydrogens, 2 in each direction. I can have some braking hydrogen. Then the big boosters at the back. So yeah, let's go get some iron. Let's go get some power, actually, first. Then we'll go get some iron. And then hopefully get this refinery and the silver and blah, 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 blah. Something I should do, too, now that I've got that battery. Stick one of these on here. And let's see if we can connect up to that. Alright. That's engines on. Yeah, we seem decently alright. Steering's a little iffy on this ice. But seems to run. Try not to end up too in a hole. And this is gonna be a pain, I think. We'll just go get the iron. We'll deal with that when we get back. If I can find that gyro and fix it, that could help our cause. I wasn't sure if I'd have to drop the wheels. Lock. Alright. So now we get annoyed because we lag through doors. Turn off our engine to conserve fuel. We can probably just set the batteries on here to recharge, can't we? The camper will get full of power while we sit here and muddle about with refineries. One more load. We should be good. Hopefully. Except for all the iron I might need to build thrusters and such. One more load, some silver, medical whatnots, and we're good. I may even take the survival kit off of this base and just use its medical components for the RV. In fact, you know what? Well, I'm just here doing nothing. You might as well do that. So I now have the ability to survive here. I can access 4 bottles still. If I can find, yes. Doing that mainly just to prove it works and also to check that it works. Okay. Do we have what we need? Ah, almost. We're less than 100 away. I may have done my math wrong earlier. Boom. It's working on the silver. I need to be able to get 40 out of this. And it's got all there is to get. Or no, I don't need. I just need 13 more. Okay, we should be good. Oh, except for... That got weird. There we go. Okay. And the sun rises. Do I... Yes. I now have a cryopod. I now have a cryopod. I have a survival kit. I have a recreational vehicle. Now I just need it to be able to go to space. Are you done with the silver? No. I don't strictly care, though. Come here, silver. Out you go. I shouldn't need any more of it.
Inventory full.
So we can just take all this stuff and hopefully convert it into flight equipment.
Energy low.
Okay, where are... Oh, right. I have to build one of these before I can build thrusters. There we go. Yes, there's hydrogen thrust. So, big old boosters. Little navigational boosters. It'll just be a matter of getting all these welded up, and then I'm flight worthy. And I need... Actually, what am I doing? I was about to go mine more iron. I don't need more iron. I need to disassemble
Energy low.
a crap ton of steel plates. I should mention I did already put all the steel plates into all the thrusters and things. So, I'm not just like, you know, getting rid of it needlessly. I should also figure out where this gyroscope lives. Oh, I can show it on HUD. Gyro. Ah. Okay. Oh, okay. I do need some steel plate. I guess I should also probably start getting ice on board. Because I do now have a tank. I have piping to that tank. Could try and build a drill on it, but drills are a pain. Actually, I guess with a drill, because this is a working rover, I could in theory just stick it out the side and then make crop circles. Alright. We have a drill. Think I can, yeah. I should have the stuff to get some of this other stuff built. We might as well have 2 tanks worth of tank. Okay. Now we're nice and inconvenient to drive around. I will need to turn these thrusters off beforehand. So, block tools, drill, gather a little bit. Okay, it's a bit of ice. Queue up some of these. Oh. Oh, or I have the stuff to make them already. That's convenient. Okay. While that stuff's being made, need to figure out which small connector. That one. I need to add to my hotbar. So that I can turn on my engine. Undo that. And roll casually backwards, gathering little bits of ice as we go. I'm pretty sure this is the most efficient way to be fueling this vehicle. I'd say that's probably true, because it looks like most everything is full of ice. Though we do not have a ton of power. That's partially probably because my my batteries are still on recharge. Oh, God. I hate connection problems. And I'm trying to drive a bus. Okay. Lock you. Off you. Could have probably gotten a little bit more ice on board, but we do have all this stuff. I may stick on some temporary O2H2 gens just to really get the thing chock full of ice. I feel like with the curved tanks, it'd be nice to use these. But yeah, that corner looks awkward. No, maybe it's not that awkward. Let's weld it up and see how it sits. Nah. I think a simple and angled solution is going to be our better one here. Because we have these sort of corner filling points. It'll kind of just become a pyramid thing. I'm really... I think a little bit more armor here will be better. I was trying to make it front-back symmetrical, sort of, with the tank. Given the, you know, the back just kind of ends like that. But I think what'll look better up here is a bit of sort of streamlining. Yeah. So, it's missing some bits. I ran out of steel and gathered all the other stuff, but from that corner you can kind of see, and... eh. It's an RV with boosters attached to it. It's supposed to look stupid. And I just realized I've been kind of going at this. I'm basically at the end of an episode again. Turns out I'm not particularly good at speedrunning Space Engineers. It's not really a surprise. Yeah. I think I'm gonna kind of, you know, get this thing juiced up, get it finished off camera. Then we'll come back, next episode, and off we'll go.
Energy low.
Yeah. So, thank you, everybody. Let's get a better angle. Yeah, so thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Feel free to become a member with that join button, or just, stick around, watch some stuff. Until next week, bye-bye.